This job has a 0.2% survival rate.
Makes you climb towers to change a light bulb. A job
What the
that
fuck?
makes you climb towers to change
Who's
a
climbing the
light
tower to?
bulb. A job
Not me.
where you need to walk over
I mean, for some money, yeah.
and a job so
Y'all hear it?
no one wants to do it. Those are only 3 of the most dangerous jobs in the world. From straight up deadly all the way down to high risk. And we gotta start with bike couriers.
Is it leveled? Is it too loud? Y'all good?
Threatening jobs around. And I know what you're thinking. How is riding a bicycle so dangerous? Well, when you see these guys swerving in and out of rush hour traffic at full speed, it starts to make sense. I mean, they're sliding between moving vehicles, racing through red lights, and dodging pedestrians all at the same time. Yeah, if Premium Rush taught us anything, there's an infinite amount of ways it could all go wrong. That's crazy. But what's even crazier is this next job.
Yeah, we rolling up that we here though.
The work looks like. I bet you don't have to climb hundreds of feet to your office like these crane operators. Imagine getting to the top and forgetting the keys to that thing.
Oh hell
That
no.
would suck. Add to that the
Dumbass.
constant risk of being struck by strong winds, mechanical errors, and let's not forget about falling off the thing.
Bruh.
DMV.
Bruh.
Did you know that
Thought that was real.
tuition is low cost and you pay $0 for digital?
Damn. Those are the
Damn.
kind of news you get from heaven. And this ain't quite the Garden of Eden either, because the gardeners working at this place are rubbing shoulders with death on the daily. This is the Poison Garden, and it contains over 100 of the deadliest plants on Earth, all in one place. How convenient. Take a tour, however, and you'll be greeted by this lovely sign on the gate.
What the?
Yeah, they aren't playing around here. The gardeners literally have to kit out in full hazmat suits at all times. Because some of these plants can stop your heart just by cutting them. And it's
This plant is giant hogweed.
Did he
It's
just say this blunt?
phototoxic, so it will burn your skin and give you blisters for up to 7 years.
Get away from me, asshole!
And fed to you will kill you. The leaves themselves will kill you also, as will the root and the stem.
Yeah, those flowers are ruthless, but at least they won't slice you in half like these things. You know those giant ship propellers the size of 2-story
Oh,
buildings?
fuck no.
Yeah, those things. Well,
Them bitches is 2-story buildings big? Hell no, Alright, 2-story ain't too big, but alright. Okay.
And scrub all those razor sharp propellers to keep the ship running smooth. Just make sure the engine's turned off. All right, guys? And the bottom of those ships sure get rusty, so these guys might need to stay down there for a while. Man, I'm glad I'm not in their shoes, but I'm even happier I'm not in this bus driver's, because he's got the great responsibility of getting himself and his passengers through the most deadliest bus
What the
route
fuck?
in the world. See, the 1215
What happened here?
goes across the most treacherously narrow and winding roads high up in the Andes Mountains.
How's the quality, y'all? Y'all loving it? I
Getting
am.
the window seat isn't much of a bonus after all. When the main attractions are sudden drops and death memorials. Jesus. Maybe slow and steady really does win the race after all. I mean, it's better to arrive a little late in this world than early in the next. Deep down in the ocean is where scientists go to study the ocean's apex predators.
They can go down there. I ain't going down there. They'll be alright. They'll be alright going on their own. What y'all think?
And in order to conduct this research, they're putting themselves in some pretty vulnerable spots, all in the name of preservation. Oh my God. He's surrounded. But it's all fun and games until an 18-foot great white decides to take a bite.
Why do I keep dropping shit?
Man, going face to face with sharks is just ridiculous. But that's nothing compared to what we got coming up.
Who I got in the
There's a
chat?
job where you literally have to milk deadly venomous snakes, while another makes you fix power lines thousands of feet in the air.
Oh, hell no.
I'll tell you guys all about that in just a second. But first, we gotta talk about the nightmare-inducing job of sewer diving, because they're ready to get down and dirty in some of the most toxic places on Earth. No joke. Sewer divers have to submerge themselves into the unknown to fix blockades.
That's cool. They be on their own.
And let's just say
'Cause I ain't
there
doing
can be
it.
some pretty weird things stuck down there sometimes. Consider them superheroes who keep cities clean by doing the dirty work. And dirty is a major understatement. I mean, how many phobias does that tick off the list? They better pay well
What the
for
fuck?
that. And nobody earns their wages quite like stuntmen, because these guys aren't dealing with trash. They're kicking ass. Or at least doing all the heavy lifting so the movie stars look
Bro.
good. Yeah, there's no
Fucking
way
childish.
that didn't hurt.
I said childish. Yeah, that hurt. Oh, oh.
CGI.
Damn. Oh,
Or falling down the stairs.
nigga. Yeah. Some stunts you gotta really thug it out.
Talk about taking one for the
You won't
team.
see me thugging
There's
nothing out
no
like
job
that.
security when it comes to braving the elements, because storm chasers have one job and one job only: tracking down the most extreme weather conditions while getting as close as humanly possible to the action. They're basically professional adrenaline junkies who chase tornadoes for science. Literally on any given day, you could be dodging hailstones, lightning strikes, and flash floods just to get right into the eye of the storm and set up cameras. Yeah, every moment's a gamble with nature's fury, but nothing gets them ticking quite like a full-scale tornado.
What the fuck?
Damn,
Oh, hell
guy's
no.
loving it. But you know who isn't loving
He
it?
on his own.
The news reporter interviewing these bridge painters. Imagine being hundreds of feet in the air, hanging over rush hour traffic and inhaling toxic fumes. That's the last place you want to be doing anything other than watching your step. Because bridge painters have to balance in a steel maze with a paint roller to get the job done. But even to get the job in the first place, you're gonna need to pass a series of tests.
We had to take the test and prove we wouldn't panic. This is certainly not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, these guys are fearless.
Have you ever fallen? Never. Did you ever slip? Yes.
Sir, I don't think
I
you'd
bet.
be doing this interview if you had. Because messing up for most is a bad day at work. But for someone working a 600-foot high bridge, it's a death wish. Or a heart attack at the very least.
Bro, they tripping.
Those are rookie numbers for these guys. Because if you want to experience the true meaning of living on the edge, try window washing skyscrapers that are
Fuck
over
no.
2,000 feet tall. Jesus.
Y'all better be giving
Did
me
anyone else consider an easier way of doing this?
200K then.
Surely there's some modern technology for cleaning windows, and not just sending people up there with a harness and bucket. Now is definitely not the time to miss a spot. But just when you thought dangling thousands of feet up in the air was bad enough, it
I'm
can
tweaking.
get worse.
Huh?
'Cause
Huh?
back in 2013,
What the fuck?
2 cleaners were left hanging 69 floors up when a
Oh, hell
cable
no.
snapped. The guys were stuck there for over 2 hours on an almost vertical platform until they were rescued. Good thing they
fuck?
had each other, because the people in charge
Bruh.
of replacing TV tower light bulbs are all alone. See, not only do they have to climb all the way to the top to change a lamp, but the real job only begins once they're up there and actually fixing things. And don't get it twisted.
Oh, hell
He's
no.
gotta get all the way back down after. There's
No.
no base jumping for these guys. That would be cool though. Luckily, workers like him only have to be up there once every 6 months. Cause I don't think anyone
Shit.
needs to see these kind of views more often than that. Yeah, that's definitely the highlight of his
They got
year.
it.
But what if I told
Won't
you
catch
there's
me.
a vehicle so fast it goes light speed?
No, it
Wouldn't
don't.
it be crazy if you could create voiceovers that sound like a raspy old man?
A young teenage
Shut
This
up.
is the Bloodhound LSR, the fastest land vehicle of all time, and a machine on a mission to set a land speed
These
record.
motherfuckers gave me an ad in the middle of my video.
2019, It did just that. 1,011 kilometers an hour. That's faster than a moving bullet. But you know what? I'd take a bullet any day over being the person who has to drive the thing. Because at that
Bet you
speed,
tweaking.
with 2.5 G's of force,
You don't want no bullet.
driving isn't my idea of a good time. I mean, everyone likes an adrenaline rush, but that's just crossing the line. But speaking of lines, where's the line drawn between occupation and hazard? Because when you work as a lineman, your daily life is avoiding being electrocuted and falling from 1,000 feet in the air. They're pretty much the reason you're able to watch this video right now. And in the same time it takes you to press that like and subscribe button, it can all go wrong for them if they lose focus.
No, it can't.
Those are some
How's it gonna go wrong on them when you
lines.
want us to
We're talking
subscribe to
over
your channel,
100,000
buddy?
volts of electricity surging through them. So the
You ain't
margins
too
are
slick, man.
very fine. Somebody get these guys a
Boy, Sonic
parachute.
smell good.
Damn. And get one for these bush pilots too. Because sometimes when there's no runway or land strip in sight, you gotta improvise. See, bush pilots carry out aircraft operations in the most rugged and unpredictable areas on Earth. In other words, their whole job is literally flying where nobody else wants to fly. And you know, the worst case scenario for regular pilots is probably their aircraft
Weed and
nosediving
sauce.
towards the ground. But for a bush pilot, it's almost expected. Where the heck's this guy gonna land? Whoa. Now that's a real professional. But anyways, we're in the top 10 now, which means that the jobs you've seen up until now are a breeze compared to what's coming up. And to kick things off, we gotta talk about these guys, the unsung heroes of the most dangerous climbing routes in the world, Mount Everest. See, icefall doctors have the important role of creating pathways for others. And by
Check it
others,
out.
I mean the hundreds of climbers who flock
Check
to
it
these
out.
mountains every year to test themselves.
I
That means
promote
they're
my shit on
literally
my
trialing
TikTok. That's why
untested
that's probably why ain't nobody
routes.
coming
The
in.
ground could give away at any moment. I wonder which one of of these guys has gone up Everest the most. So yeah, Icefall doctors have the
Get
insane
up!
task of saving lives without losing theirs in the process, which isn't easy when the people they're rescuing are stuck in places like these. Dude was staring headfirst into frozen oblivion. Well, not everyone's as lucky, because for some people, being buried alive.
What y'all doing, man? I got my little salad. We live, man. Come on.
Full-time avalanche cameraman and a professional mad lad who gets paid $100,000 a year to create and film avalanches from the bottom. And while that may sound like a lot of money, it's not like standing in the path of rushing snow to get the perfect shot is scary or anything. I mean, too far away and he might miss the shot, too near and he could end up dead. And
What y'all
he's not only
doing?
fighting the natural events, he's causing them by setting up dynamite on the top of peaks. Or, as he likes to say,
All I'm doing is merely giving nature a little push to show it in its best light.
okay, sure, buddy. Whatever floats your boat. Now, Steve might have a few screws loose, but he's not the only one. Because I don't know what to call this next job other than pure insanity. Yeah, these iron workers are responsible for building the bridges, skyscrapers, and towers of big cities. And if you thought painting and washing them was tough, these guys build the damn foundations for those careers. And doing a bad job doesn't just mean getting dropped from the task force. It could also be a whole-ass building dropping to the ground. Sheesh.
Yo,
These
cussing
guys
or
don't just work with steel.
I said a
They've
whole
got
ass
nerves
building.
of steel too. But nobody tests their limits quite like product testers. And I don't mean testing out Bluetooth speakers and skin creams.
Hey,
it's
yeah.
a little more hardcore than that. I'm talking bomb-proof suits for starters. That's right. They don't only test those things on dummies. And the results are in. Good news, it passed quality control. Otherwise, this would have been a totally different kind of video. But from bomb-proof to stab-proof, these suits are more than just about style.
The fuck?
Man, that's a lot of trust. And that's not even the craziest thing I've got to show you, because... Hold on a minute, is he... That guy lost his mind. I don't care how strong that glass
Oh,
is.
hell no.
There's no way I'm letting someone shoot an AK-47 at me from a few feet away,
No.
even if it's bulletproof. And these firemen are as courageous as it gets, because they don't just put out fires. They dive straight into them from the sky. No, seriously. They're the ones in charge of putting out remote wildfires that are burning through forests. So when the clock's ticking,
Fuck no.
saving time is the mission. Skydiving and
No, I got
firefighting
sauce on my
doesn't get more high stakes than
mouse
that.
pad, man.
Now we gotta
Hey, what
talk
y'all doing in the
about
chat, man? I see y'all
something
rolling
crazy.
in.
It almost sounds made up. I'm talking about snake milkers. Seriously, I didn't just make that up. See, the key component needed for
What?
anti-venom
Ew.
medications is venom itself. Because if a snake bite
Fuck
goes
is
without
that?
treatment, the tissue around the bite begins
Nasty
to
ass
die.
snake.
And that's
You
what
trying to
major
eat, man? You got
organs
slimy
begin to
shit on my
fail.
screen.
So yeah, the only way to safely get your hands on venom is by...
Y'all get them Wawa salads, man. Oh
As you
shit.
can
Oh,
already imagine,
I almost
finding
busted
someone
open.
crazy enough to do that is quite the challenge. So much, in fact.
Y'all get them
there's only
Wawa
4
salads,
people
though?
in the
Y'all get
whole
your sauce, pour it all in there.
qualified to do it.
Close it back up.
Jim Harrison, a
Shake it
veteran
up.
in the field,
Shake it
and a man
up.
who's able to milk up to
Shake it up.
150 snakes in 2 hours. Oh, and he doesn't even wear gloves.
What?
Guy's a
Nah, he a nasty bastard. That's what he is. He a nasty
Snakes does
bitch.
sound like a lot. It's not
Nasty
all
fuck.
smooth slithering, because getting your hands on the
Fuck my
most
forehead.
deadliest snakes come at a cost. Better your fingers than your life, I guess. Yeah, having cobras
y'all
and vipers
tweaking.
as your coworkers is pretty
He is-
ridiculous.
you fucking around-
It's
yeah, he
nothing
fucking with the
compared to what
vipers.
these
That's Randy
bodyguards
Orton.
have to
Fuck wrong
deal
with him.
with. Because they put their bodies in harm's way in order to protect some of the most hated people on
Mm.
Earth. And surprise, surprise, they're mostly presidents.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get drunk.
And nobody has security quite like
Mm-hmm.
world leaders. Got a problem with election results? You gotta get through these guards first. And that's no easy task. I mean,
I
check
bet.
out this response to an attack during the president of Venezuela's speech. That's basically a human shield. And King
Hell
Jong-un
yeah.
certainly doesn't take risks either. I don't think anyone's getting near that car, guys. When you have a job like that, you know what you're signing up for. Just like when you're signing up to be a lumberjack, you're facing up against a lethal foe.
Oh no!
Oh.
Whoop.
Yeah, I'd take an assassin every day of the week
Asshole.
over a tree coming my way. You see, the lumberjack process is divided into different parts. So you've got your high riggers
Yo,
who
you
set
too
up
fucking
structures
high.
to work on. Your haulers, the strong men who carry the logs, and the sawers who, you guessed it, saw. It's just a whole freaking hazard fest.
Mm-hmm.
Sharp tools, falling trees, and the risk of falling out of trees. There's no way you can make that safe. But hey, at least they look good.
Oh,
for
hell no.
falling
Did that
out of
nigga just
trees. There's no way
Yo.
you can make that safe. But hey, at least least they look good while doing it. And no matter how you cut it, where a log lands is always a roll of the dice. And the craziest thing is, sometimes you're literally cutting down the very thing you're hanging on to. Damn, those guys are crazy. But commercial fishermen are plain psycho. As if you think out-of-control trees are bad, the ocean is much less forgiving. Yeah, when it comes down to man versus the elements, there's only ever one winner. And the stats don't lie. Being a commercial fisherman has a fatality rate 23 times higher than any other job. Man, they might as well write their wills before they get aboard, because half of those fatalities are from capsizing ships, which apparently isn't all that uncommon. Nowhere safe. Not even your own bed. But look, I think it's time we talk about the most dangerous job of them all. A job where a rough day at work could be your last. And I'm not even talking about the military. I'm talking about the elite special forces. Yeah, these soldiers are the best of the best. They're tasked with the most secretive and dangerous military operations known to man. And they do not play around. I mean, they're able to breach buildings and vehicles in a matter of seconds. And there's no scenario these guys can't handle. Because if there's a problem, the Special Forces will solve it. Now, as crazy as these Special Forces soldiers are, it's nothing compared to the security forces of the world's elite. Because these people need to do whatever it takes to protect their leader. Even if that means risking their own well-being in the process. From guarding the most famous celebrities to the craziest presidential motorcades, these brave individuals will stop at nothing to finish the mission.